This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by tonight. So I've got something cool to show you. This just came in today. This is the 1200 degrees Celsius Godzilla from 1995's Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. That's too much of a mouthful to say over and over, so I'm just going to call him Meltdown Godzilla, because that's basically it in a nutshell. I don't collect boxes, and I will probably throw this box away too, but if I did collect boxes, this would be a nice one to keep. It's just these boxes are so big and cumbersome, I just don't have the room to store this shit. But it is pretty cool. You can see Godzilla's ribcage showing through. Like, even the box itself is melting. That's pretty cool. So, you know, when you say this, you normally say Godzilla versus Destroyer. But, you know, basically the way that it's written out is the Japanese way of saying Destoroyah. Tomato, tomato. It is a cool box though, but we're not here to see a box. We're here to look at an awesome toy version of the king of the monsters in his death throes. So this is an amazing action figure. I instantly fell in love with this thing the moment I opened this package. I opened this up about an hour ago and I've been messing with it the whole time. I'm actually surprised that it took somebody this long to make this version. I've never seen a toy version of this. I've never seen a garage kit, you know, a bootleg resin model. I've never seen anything depicting the last moments of the king. And I think Super7 did an amazing job. This toy is so damn cool. Let's take a closer look at him. So this movie came out in 1995. And Toho, they had said publicly that they were going to retire Godzilla. There were no more fresh ideas, and they wanted to go out while Godzilla was still a big star. And they decided to kill him off. And to this day, I will cry like a little bitch at the end of this movie when Godzilla is like this. The music is super sad, and Godzilla's acting is really cool. And it's just such a sad, bittersweet scene. So yeah, that scene still gets me to this day. Look at this, guys. Look at his head melting in his all yellow eye. His poor dorsal plates are melting. The bones in his tail are showing. They've cast him in this really cool translucent orange plastic. So I've got an SH Monster Arts figure of Godzilla, the stage before this, when he's, you know, he's referred to as Burning Godzilla. So he's basically this, you know, Godzilla, but he's glowing super bright orange and yellow. The radiation is killing him, and he's burning. He's basically lighting everything on fire around him, including himself. And you know, I have a Bondi figure, a couple Bondi figures of that form, but nobody has ever produced the next phase, which is this. And, you know, kudos to fucking Super7 for making something that nobody has ever touched. Look at that. Look at his poor little Godzilla arm. It's all skeletal. You can see through his rib cage. Little toes. Let's take a look at it with a flashlight real quick, because you guys can't really see that it's translucent. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Wow. Poor Godzilla. Tail too. So cool. So he comes with one accessory. He comes with his his Godzilla skull, and it's got a hinged jaw. So like at the end of his death scene, he sort of raises up and gives off one last roar, and then he falls apart. Let's pop this head off. That one popped off. And pop this one on. Yeah, this was a pleasant surprise to come home to, getting this in the mail. Wow, this head does not want to pop back on. Okay, well, this will be a teachable moment for all of us. So, these heads can be a little tricky sometimes. And the only reason that a bald man would own a hairdryer is for moments just like this. So, what I'm going to do is heat this little bastard up for about 10 seconds on high. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. And now it should pop on smoothly. Boop. Yep. Big difference. And we'll be back after these messages. Yeah, so at the end of this scene, you know, he's melting, and he sort of rears his head up, and he gives off one last Godzilla roar, and he sort of looks like this as all the flesh falls off of him. think I like the skull better. Well, shit, I don't know. This one's pretty cool too. He looks awfully sad and in pain right here. I don't know. He looks a little more triumphant as just a skull. Giving off one last defiant roar. One last fuck you to humanity. God, what an awesome toy this is. If you guys are Godzilla fans, you gotta own one of these. This is an amazing figure of a version of Godzilla that's never been done. And I know I sound like a broken record, but seriously, guys, this movie came out in 1995. I was 25 when this movie came out. I'm now 53. And this is the first version of this toy that anybody has ever made. Look at his tail. Look at the skeleton sticking through the tail. His melting, translucent skin. I've pretty much stopped watching people that do Godzilla toy reviews. I pretty much don't watch other people's reviews anymore when it comes to Godzilla. There's one channel out there, I'm not going to name any names, but there's one channel out there, and the guy just seems like he's always fucking negative. Like, has nothing positive to say, whether it's about Super7 stuff or SH Monster Art stuff. Like there's nothing ever positive. And I was going through a few of this guy's channels, and there's just nothing positive. It's just like a negative review, and then you watch his next video and it's another negative review, and then another, and it's just video after video of shit talking. And I'm like, why do you buy these toys if you're just gonna slam them and shit all over them? Like, I don't buy things that I know I'm not gonna like. Like, you guys have never seen me review anything where I'm like, don't buy this, this is crap. If I had something and I thought it was shit, I probably wouldn't make a review about it. I'd either sell it or return it, and I'd bitch to you guys about it in a rant, but I sure as fuck wouldn't make a video about it. I don't know. This isn't that type of channel. So if I'm showing you guys something, it's because I like it and I'm trying to share it with you guys because I think you guys might like it. And I love this goddamn toy. This thing is amazing. Like, I'm not a Super7 dick rider. If there's something that they make that I don't like, I'll say that I don't like it. But I've liked all of this Godzilla stuff they've put out. Like, I really enjoy this line of toys. Here he is next to him in healthier days. This is when he was feeling a little better. This is the one that I touched up the paint job. I hit it with some clear flat to bring down that shine. And then I dry brushed it with some German gray, but just subtle. And I love this Godzilla action figure, and it's neat to have the two of them side by side. So when he was healthy and then when he died. Well, there's a little caveat there to when he died, because, you know, in the Japanese belief of, you know, reincarnation and returning, Godzilla dies, and then the littler Godzilla, it's not his son, That's another thing that bugs me. It's never the son of Godzilla. Godzilla never hooked up with a Mrs. Godzilla and had a baby. In the Showa series, Minya is it's an egg that hatches, and he basically chooses Godzilla to be like his father figure, and it's basically Godzilla's adopted son. And then in the Heisei series, same thing. It was an egg that hatched, and it became like Godzilla's little buddy, Godzilla's friend. But it was never like son of Godzilla. But anyway, that little Godzilla absorbs all the radiation, all the power from after this Godzilla dies and blows up, has a meltdown. The younger Godzilla absorbs it all, and also pretty much absorbs his spirit, his fighting spirit, the spirit of Godzilla. It also inhabits the younger one. So even though Godzilla dies at the end of that movie, the last few shots of that film, you see the younger Godzilla raise up, and he's giving off a defiant roar, and you can see it looks just like the adult Godzilla now. It has absorbed everything that was Godzilla, so it's like Godzilla never really died. He died, and then the younger Godzilla carried on the mantle, so they could have their cake and eat it too. Godzilla died, but he didn't really die, sort of a thing. You know what I mean? And that was a cool way to end it. But then TriStar came out, pulled their pants down to their ankles, and took a gigantic shit on the Godzilla legacy. And then Toho had to retaliate in 1999 with Godzilla Millennium. But this was an awesome movie to say goodbye to the king, even though it was just a temporary goodbye. Anyway, this is an amazing action figure, guys. Yes, there are no accessories. He doesn't come with any like fire effects or little screaming people or tanks or marker lights or maser tanks or any of the cool stuff that you would like. But it's a really nice figure that has an interchangeable head, and I got him from Big Bad Toy Store. He goes for $85, which it ain't cheap, but it's not SH Monster Arts prices. This is a lovely Godzilla. God damn, guys. This tail seems like it has more mobility than that one. It seems like the tail, maybe they've improved in the tail department. I don't know. I just could be so in love with this figure right now that I'm blinded by it. But I just wanted to check in with you guys and say hi and show you guys this incredible new melting Godzilla, aka 1200 degrees Celsius Godzilla from 1995's Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. You guys should go out and buy one. They're pretty awesome. Godzilla figure sold separately. New from Super7. Alright, my friends, I'll be back soon with some more monsters. And as always, happy Halloween.